Pack your bags. We're going to Rio, baby. It's an all new episode of Project Runway, season 17, episode 8. Andale.
You're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz begin.
AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz.
I got a little caught up in my Spanish there. I was like,
I don't know what come on is in Portuguese.
Arriba. It's been a while. I need to brush up on my Spanish skills.
That's a good thing to know.
But guess what, guys? We're back. I'm your host, Jessica O'Connor, and you know my co-host.
Yes. Hi, guys. Simone Thomas. Nice to be back.
I didn't do the arm motion.
Oh, yeah.
I really restrained myself, guys. I thought about it. I'm like, don't do it. Don't
It's
do
cute,
it.
though. I like it.
Don't do it.
Kind of like a little Millie Rock, but you like...
Ooh. Yeah, except I'm not cool enough to Millie Rock. But
okay.
Anyways, guys, we have a really funny fashion moment real quick before we
gosh.
dive into Project Runway. Simone has a hilarious outfit mishap that she has to share.
Okay, so I just want to shout out Saint Mojave. She, Teresa, she's the one who designed this beautiful dress, and I tried it on before. Let you guys see it. I tried it on before I came here, but I was rushing and I didn't have enough time to take it off, and I was like just a little frazzled. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna be glamorous and come to the studio like this. And I'm rocking her beautiful dress. Thank you so much, Teresa. Saint Mojave, guys, check it out. But this is what I'm rocking today.
Yeah, she's putting me to shame tonight, guys. She is dressed to the absolute nines.
I could go out, you know. Who wants
She
to take me
said
out?
Michelle Obama chic. And she came through with that Michelle Obama chic this week.
I like Michelle Obama chic. I think I'm going to steal that.
Michelle Obama chic.
I like it. It rolls off the tongue,
It really
too.
does roll off the tongue. But yeah, so Simone's outdressing the hell out of me tonight. But that is neither here nor there. So let's talk a little Project Runway.
Yes.
Shall we?
Yes.
Oh boy, there was a whole lot of shade.
Ooh,
You know, we always talk about how
spicy.
everybody's BFFs, you know, knitting each other's sweaters, holding hands on this show.
Not today.
Not today. It's getting to that point. You know, it's getting down to the wire.
Yeah.
We're in the single digits now for contestants, and it's just getting really intense. And today we opened up in the kitchen, and it was Renee and Bhishma versus Tessa.
Yep.
And Bhishma just came swinging. He said, "Did you think your look was elegant?" AKA, why weren't you in the bottom? Whew, the shade.
Which confused me because they're friends.
I thought they were dating.
Yeah, you think there's something going on
Clearly,
there.
They have broken up.
Yeah, it's not trouble in paradise because he came for her, which I didn't really get. I'm like, both of you guys made it through. Why are you even going back to the past?
Yeah. Somebody said he was projecting, and I don't know if he was projecting, but there was definitely just, I don't know, maybe a little jealousy because the judges have seemed to think of Tessa in a certain light.
Right. I don't know. Maybe it was kind of like, why did that happen to you? Why this happened to me, and instead it should have happened to you type of thing? Like,
Yeah, it was a little childish.
Very childish, yeah. And, I mean, it was so uncalled for. It came out of nowhere.
I was kind of like cringing a little bit.
Yeah, it was awkward.
Cringe
And
city.
They're cool. That's why maybe because they're so cool, he felt comfortable enough to say it to her, though.
Yeah.
So
and
it
they
could be
just had
that.
to, like, you know, kind of go into separate corners of this tiny apartment and be like, okay, fine, I'm mad at you. You can't have shade in a place that small.
Yeah.
That's just like rules of life.
Yep.
But anyway, it didn't last too long. They went back into the workroom. Marnie Senefonte is back, and she told us a little bit about how she styled Kendall Jenner in Cannes last summer. No big deal, you know, casual
So
work.
cash.
And they created a story, and that's what helped her look come to life. And for Cannes and for Kendall specifically, the theme they worked upon was breakfast at Tiffany's.
Yeah.
So the challenge this week was similar to that. They had to work with a celebrity, and they had to design 3 different looks for her vacation and put a story within that.
Yeah.
Very cool challenge, I think. Probably my favorite so far because I think it's most in line with what most of them want to do.
You think so?
Well, they
That
said
personal design?
Yeah, they said celebrity client, and I saw all of their ears perk up. They were all like,
ooh.
you know, because I think, especially in this like high fashion world, most of them are kind of, that's their end game, is they would eventually like to design for the people who are most visible, you know?
And that will expose your designs so you get more reach and attention.
And as cool as it is, you know, to have clothes that are worn by everyday people every day, I think there's a little bit of a hierarchy, you know? And I think there's a little bit more status and swagger for when you're designing for Beyonce.
That's the goal.
Versus when you're designing for
If Beyonce wears your stuff, like if Beyonce, you're amazing, of course. But if Beyonce wears something, it's going to be sold out. It's kind of like the Meghan Markle effect, the Michelle Obama effect. The minute we see them in that, it's going to go out of sale, like out of stock. So
yeah, and it's cool for them that they got this experience because they can't, you know, it's hard to break into. So I was happy for them for that.
Yeah, that was good.
But so yeah, celebrity vacation. She's going to Rio. Rio.
Oh my gosh.
I just like
beautiful.
saying that. I like rolling the R. Can you roll your R?
Rio de Janeiro.
Not everyone can do it.
Yeah.
Anyways, going to Rio and 3 looks. Chic for the beach. So like a glamorous beach poolside look.
Nice.
Second look was streetwear every day. Could be running around with the kids. Could be sightseeing. Should be more of a practical look.
Exactly.
And then number 3 was evening look. Very fabulous, very glam, very chic. Because that's what she said. She has a very classic, sophisticated style. And then an added part to the challenge is they had to have hair, 3 unique hairstyles for each look to complete the look.
Yep.
So here's my question. She says she has this sophisticated, classic style. Do you think it's hard to, you know, maybe design a bathing suit or a going out look for someone with a sophisticated style? Like, how do you make a bikini sophisticated?
Well, nowadays there's so many cute one pieces that are even sexier than a bikini.
Yep.
The less is more type of effect is almost a lot more enticing than just having your stomach out and your back out. So I think you can really do a lot with a one piece, whether it's a low back and it's completely open, or, you know, a low V-neck, or cutouts, or like a high like pelvis, or like cut, you know, where the crotch is. So there's a lot of ways to make it sexy but still sophisticated and not too revealing if you're not comfortable with that, because not everybody wants to show their stomach.
And especially in Rio, though. You know, Rio is known for like the thong bikinis and the men in Speedos and just like a very sexy, colorful, free style.
Very bright.
So it's kind of interesting that she comes from Rio and, you know, has this sophisticated, you know, more conservative style, because it's different.
Or maybe it's also because she's like a mom and
living in New York. I guess there's other influences that have probably evolved her style.
Right.
That's a good point.
Yeah. Who knows?
Who knows? Guess what? We'll have to tweet her or something.
And ask.
But so the teams broke up because this is a team challenge. I forgot that part. Team challenge, which, you know, kind of.
It's always hard.
Yeah. And I always think it's weird on the show that they struggle with the team challenges so much because they're all so talented.
Yeah.
And they all have different styles to bring. But yeah, you're right. They always seem to struggle.
Bump heads. Maybe I think that's what it is. Even though they're all talented, they're all different types of designers.
Yeah.
So it doesn't always.
It would be so cool though if they could just
amazingly.
Like effortlessly ease their styles together.
Yeah, and it could be seamless.
Yeah.
But
I guess easier said than done.
Clearly.
So here are the 3 teams, okay? Team Roman Holiday. That was the story they went with. This woman who's, you know, just letting go, you know, being this other person away from her everyday life. That was Layla, Sebastian, and Tessa. Okay? Team Disco Queen. This woman who leaves New York City, goes back to her Rio roots, and is bringing this 70s funk and just wants to dance with her fam.
Fun.
That is Hester Garo and Bhishma. And lastly is Rio for Carnival. Not Carnival, but Carnival.
Carnival.
Hopefully you guys know the difference. That is Jamal, Benny, and Renee. So just as a first look, when you saw these teams broken up, who were you like, they're going to win?
I thought it was going to be Leela, Tessa, and Sebastian.
Me too.
Yeah. I was surprised, and they were surprised too.
Yeah. And I just thought, like, I think we mentioned them, like how they all just kind of have these traits that counteract and counterbalance each other.
Yep.
I felt like they would be
a winning team.
A winning team, but Tessa proved to be a little bossy.
Yeah.
You know who she reminds me of? It really hit me in this episode is Lena Dunham on Girls.
Oh my, you're so right.
Right? Anybody else?
I get that vibe.
Yeah. Like,
Yeah.
just very smart and...
Oh, yeah, she knows her stuff.
And a little bit bossy, maybe a little in her own head sometimes.
Yeah, she's assertive. She takes charge, and when she's around someone who's a little bit meeker and on the gentle side, like a Sebastian, it's easy to call the shots because he lets her do that. He was like, oh, I'll just go with the flow. And luckily enough, he's a talented designer and he'll be fine. But when you're in a team, you can't just go with the flow. You should also speak your piece because you're at risk like everybody else.
And let me just say, bossy is not a negative comment.
No, it's not.
Because I'm bossy too. There's nothing wrong with being called bossy. You're just like a female boss.
Right.
Okay? No shade. Just saying. Little bossy. Not a problem. And her team didn't have a problem with that either.
No, because...
They laughed it off.
Yeah.
They said, you're type A.
That was
it's fine.
I did like that, though. They weren't talking behind her back or each other's back. They were like, girl, you do a lot. Like, you're a lot. Not,
You're doing a lot. You're
doing
doing
a
the
lot.
most.
Like, and Layla told her.
Yeah.
They both were very
And they let her
open.
know in, like, the nicest way.
Yeah.
So that's cool, you know? They handled it well because not everybody responds to boss behavior.
Yeah.
They don't.
think
some people take it as an attack.
Yeah, and even though Sebastian is very soft-spoken, he didn't take it as an attack.
Nope. He said, I'm
took
just
the
going to
direction. Yeah.
I'm going to go with the flow. I'm going to let these girls do their thing. And actually, Christian wasn't having that. He even said, he goes, I don't know if you're going to survive with all these girls.
I was concerned too, though, because he was just being so quiet, and I'm like, Sebastian.
And if there's one thing we've learned, it's like Christian is like a little bit psychic, clairvoyant.
He's clairvoyant.
Yeah.
He knows something.
So when he said that, I was kind of like, oh, no, he might go.
I got stressed because Sebastian's my boy.
I know.
That's my boy.
I know. But so we went to Mood. We got the fabrics. And lo and behold, everyone got the exact same thing.
I know.
Everyone had the exact same idea. Turquoise, yellow, orange, blue. But to be fair, isn't that exactly what you think of when you think of Rio?
Well, I'm surprised nobody did. Oh, no. Vinny did pink.
Yeah,
But
pink.
Green? No one did green.
Yeah, my mind just goes to the colors from like the animated movie Rio with like the birds.
Oh.
Or like the... You know, like the Copacabana dancer. Like, that's what I
yellow's
picture.
definitely an obvious color because it's bright, it's tropical, yellow and orange. So I didn't think it was a big deal that they all had similar colors just because...
I'm surprised nobody went for, like, a white linen.
Yeah.
For the beach.
That is
Maybe
true.
it's a little too basic. I'm not sure.
The only person who did that was Bhishma.
And I thought it looked bomb.
The white pants.
We will get to that. We have to talk about Jamal making yet another rookie mistake. Yeah. He ironed the Lycra fabric and done burned the whole thing off.
I know. I don't know, maybe because I've never been in this situation, but when you're under pressure like that, you make silly mistakes that you wouldn't have made in like a much calmer situation. But yeah, that's his second time ironing something off, right? I think the first time was
Get
like 2
the boy a
episodes ago.
steamer. Like, let's just like avoid the problem entirely. Let's get some hot water instead of...
Thankfully, he bounced back easily, though. He didn't.
He did.
It didn't like ruin the whole entire look or set him back completely.
Yeah, he always has his like one little moment of like, ah,
yeah,
and then he collects himself.
Exactly.
I need to take notes.
Yeah,
I need to do that. Just go in my
bounce
corner
back,
and be like, ah,
and then just like, act like nothing ever happened. I'm good.
We're good. I'm ready. Yeah, Jamal. Maybe I mean, yeah, you're making a little rookie mistake, but maybe you're low key a pro in the way you bounce
Problem-solving
back.
skills.
So, well, things as always get intense, and Bhishma tried to lighten the mood. He was like, let's have a little snowball fight. Things were playful, things were fun.
I love that.
But Tessa was like, no, I'm about to heat it up. She came in with the drama, and she said, you know, when I'm in the top and you're not, don't come for me.
Ooh.
What was your thought when she said that?
I don't like this because they're friends, at least from what
I thought they were
seen.
dating, but clearly they broke up because this hostility is just off the charts.
It's not okay because I love their dynamic and their chemistry. They're so playful with each other.
What were we calling it? Tishmay?
Tishmay.
Yeah, what happened to Tishmay?
And now they're barking at each other's necks and saying kind of insensitive things, being a little petty. Come on, guys. We know this is a competition, but you don't have to be vocally rude about.
I thought
your
Bhishma
intent.
took it like a champ, though.
Yeah.
He did not engage.
And that's
he
classy.
did not spit back. He just laughed it off. He just rolled with it. He was just like, okay,
Yep.
whatever.
And the words of Michelle Obama, when they go low, you go high.
And not to get ahead of ourselves, but a little foreshadowing. Sometimes taking the high road, you end up in the top.
Very
but
true.
yeah, and sometimes when you spit words, they can fly right back in your face.
That's a good point. I mean, that's a good example because Sebastian, he could have been really aggressive and gone back and forth, and he was like, you know what, I'm going to let her do her thing. And look, he created a beautiful piece, and they were safe.
Yeah, sometimes you just gotta lock it up,
Yeah.
throw away the key. All right. Anyway, so a couple more things right before we, dive into the actual runway looks. Probably my favorite line of the episode was Benny when he was dressing his model right before they go down the runway. He goes, I just turned her into a teenager for real. And he nailed it. Like, I was looking at her and I couldn't decide what I didn't like about it.
Yep.
But it was just so childlike.
Very juvenile looking, the fit, the color, the shape.
ruffle.
Yeah.
It looked like a baby almost.
Like your
Not
4-year-old niece.
Like a child.
Like that's what you would buy for your 4-year-old niece for
I
Christmas.
would literally never wear
Yeah,
that.
no.
And that's like, I love Benny. Like that. If you're
Talented,
watching,
yeah.
like, no shade to you. It was just, he just missed the mark this
The
time.
color was very pretty.
And I think it was 100% related to the color. I did not think the design was all that bad. I think if he would have used maybe a yellow or just a little bit of a softer but still vibrant color, he would have hit the mark.
I feel like I think the color, 'cause I do think the color is pretty or was pretty. But I also think it had something to do with the shape, like that skater.
The ruffle.
Maybe
I
it's
think
the
it was
ruffle.
the ruffle that
because
was the most like childlike.
Yeah, because I've seen skater dresses or flare out dresses like that,
Yeah.
and they look beautiful on women. But something like you said, the ruffles perhaps threw it off.
Yeah, it was like teenage fever in there. But all right, let's get to the runway. Wait. There was some drama.
Oh,
We were out 2 judges this week.
yeah.
Carly had a wedding,
That's
and
Nina was sick.
Nina was sick.
Yeah.
She called out. She clocked out this episode. She
Yeah.
said, I'm staying in bed.
Has to recover.
And I get
Be
it.
healthy.
Weddings are important. And we
And your
found
health
out
is as well.
that Renee is postponing her own wedding to be here.
Yeah, that is a true sacrifice, and she has herself a great man because him telling her, go pursue your dreams, the wedding is not going anywhere, I want you to win. Solid man. You're a solid man, whoever you are. That's
you got
amazing.
a good one. If he was willing to, actually, he should be. He's setting
should-
the standard.
Yes.
That's how all people should approach the relationship.
You should encourage your spouse, your partner, to be the best version of themselves, and if that means sacrificing a wedding or something else, then
Preach.
so be it.
Yeah, especially if you're on Project Runway.
Yeah.
No big deal.
To launch your career.
So, all right, it's runway time. Let's get into it. So, who was your top this week?
My top was, I actually really liked Tessa's outfit. I think,
Okay.
yeah, I love the color. The color was really pretty, and she is a minimalist designer, so I liked how simple it was, but it was still vibrant, and it stuck out just because of how pretty and loud it was, and the flow of it. It was it looked comfortable, and I think she did a really good job of making up for last week. I think this dress fit the model. Redemption. It fit her very well. It flattered her shape. It didn't hide it or make her look matronly. She looked sexy. You couldn't miss her, and it looked beautiful on her.
Yeah, my top was Bhishma. I loved Bhishma's. I thought it was so practical. It
Yes,
looked
it was
like
practical.
real resort wear that you would see, you know, kind of gallivanting down a fancy hotel hallway.
The white pants.
Yeah. I guess, I mean, it's the Florida in me. I guess I just love a white
That's
linen
what it is.
beach pant. I see it and it reminds me of home.
And what's her name? Elaine said it was a nice palate cleanser having
Yeah.
the white pant, which I agree because everything was so bright and loud, and it was nice to have something clean and light.
Yes. So props to Bhishma. Who was your bottom this week?
My bottom, I didn't love Renee's pants. Yeah. And I wish, I really
And the
wish.
top didn't help.
The top didn't really help. It wasn't terrible, but together they just,
She
it wasn't
should
a
have
nice
stuck
look.
to what she knows.
Yeah, and I didn't get that. I think she did say that it was going to take longer if she did her normal method, which is why she did Vinny's.
Well,
But-
something interesting that I forgot to mention earlier is Venny uses a mathematical formula
Wow, that
to
sounds hard.
make his pants, which I think is so funny because he's an accountant. So it's like
Oh.
that side of him translates to fashion.
Wow. I didn't know he was an accountant.
Yeah, he's an accountant in Texas. So
That makes a lot more sense.
So I think she was like, he has this literally down to a formula.
Yeah.
I should go his way.
But he's been doing this formula forever.
Yeah.
And you don't want to
Sometimes
try out
it's hard
something new
to go. Yeah, no.
when you have a 1-day challenge. So you have to have everything together.
Yeah, if there's one lesson from this season, it's definitely been do what you do,
Yep.
but
Best.
pertain to the challenge.
And that's what Bishmi learned.
That's
He
it.
said, I'm learning that I need to just take advantage of my strengths and use that and not try something new because
Not going against
who knows
the grain
what's going to
on
happen.
the runway.
Exactly.
Nope.
What was your least favorite?
Mine was Venny. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
Venny. I'm such a fan. He's obviously
funny.
super smart and creative, but I just felt like his look was, yeah, it was just way too childlike. It wasn't like Morena Baccarin, who was the celebrity they were designing for. By the way, gorgeous. She was in Deadpool.
Yeah.
She's on Homeland. So she's like a big deal, you know, and she's a client that I think her personal style should have been taken more into account.
Yeah.
Because when I looked at that dress, I didn't see sophisticated. I didn't see classic. I didn't see any of that.
kinda saw
I didn't
Legally
see-
Blonde a little
Yeah, I
bit.
didn't see anyone's style.
Yeah. Legally Blonde. It gives me
You
like...
think Elle Woods would wear that? No, she would not.
Elle Woods would wear that to like the polo.
Elle Woods is insulted by that dress. I think, I don't know. That looks like, no. Elle Woods would not wear that dress. I'm sorry. Nope.
Okay.
I
I stand defeated.
I don't even know. I can't even think of someone that would wear that dress.
Your niece, your imaginary
Yes,
niece.
I
Yeah,
do
like
have a
said.
niece.
Oh,
I
you
actually
have a
do,
niece.
and
Okay,
she's
there you
like
go.
3. So
Perfect.
yeah, she maybe she would. But so regardless, the judges' top was Hester, and their bottom was Renee.
Yeah.
How do you feel? I mean, first of all, how do you feel about Hester? This is her second win in a row and her third win total. So she is
Whew.
outwinning the heck out of everybody.
Is shooting buckets. Bucket
She-
after bucket.
She is the only person with multiple wins,
Yeah. She's the most.
but now it's like 2 in a row.
Yeah.
It kind of seems like,
Wait, she didn't win last week though.
yeah.
No,
Or
Jamal
no, she
won.
won the. You're right.
Yeah.
She won the one before.
Mm-hmm.
So
But still, regardless,
yeah,
she has the most.
still she's kind of on this
She's on a winning
upward
streak.
spiral.
And it's cool because it's interesting because she was having a hard time.
Yeah.
Because she's used to wearing bathing suits for non-femme women. So this isn't really her lane.
Yeah.
And we saw her getting a little frazzled and having a hard time designing it. So I wasn't too sure. But then when I saw it and they loved it, proved everything wrong.
Well, her bathing suit was very commercial.
Mm-hmm.
It's something that I could see at like Target
Exactly.
or JCPenney or Macy's. You know, it was very
I agree.
sellable versus Jamal's suit, which was really over-constructed. They said it looked like a bad ice skating outfit.
Ice skating tennis outfit.
So
hybrid.
it's interesting because on Project Runway, it's usually a show that's like super about, you know, the high fashion, the avant-garde, but it seems like the judges, this week anyways, we're leaning towards a more commercial look.
Yeah, and I think it's because it was for an everyday woman, you know.
Good point.
Yes, she's an actress and she does the glam and whatnot. But when you're going to Carnival, you want to have wearable clothes that's still gonna
Make a statement.
but not just be ridiculous where you can't walk and do stuff in it.
I agree. And then Renee in the bottom. How do we feel about Renee going home? Do you feel like it was her time?
No, I don't think it was her time. But I loved that she told Jamal that he shouldn't feel bad about having immunity.
Yeah.
He was like, she said, every single week I have to have my A game, and this week I didn't have my A game. That is not your fault.
Was so graceful.
That was so mature, and that's how you should handle any type of defeat or shortcoming with your opponent. You shouldn't be like a Bhishma or a Tessa going back and forth and being petty. Like, that was a clear example of how you keep it classy and cute.
And you could tell that the whole cast was really devastated to see her
Yeah.
go.
Vinny
People
was
were
crying.
crying. People were, you know, like hugging and kissing. And
she's a mom. Like, she has that mom energy.
Yeah.
And she's also inspiring because she may...
Yeah, I loved her statement at the end where she's like, I want to be that person to prove that it's never too late
to pursue your dreams.
To pursue a passion.
Yeah. And she did it.
She did.
And she's still getting married to the love of her life. And she made it far.
So who's really winning?
Renee is winning.
She's coming home to a great man. She got this great platform to expose her fashion to the world.
And she won a challenge as well.
She won a challenge. So honestly, Renee, you're a winner.
Snaps for you, girl.
Snaps for you. And you guys can obviously keep up with her post-Project Runway endeavors on Instagram. You can click on the Bravo highlight and find her page. But anyways, let's get into some news and goss.
Yeah.
AfterBuzz TV News.
So before I let you guys know about all of our news and gossip, I do want to let you guys know that we appreciate you watching us, coming here every single week. So if you're watching us on YouTube, give us a thumbs up and comment, and then also subscribe. And then if you're listening to us on iTunes, please give us a 5-star rating and comment as well. We love the support. We love coming to talk to you guys, and let's just keep it going. So for news and gossip today, Brandon Maxwell had an interview with Yahoo, and he was just talking about how it's really different for him to be on the other side of the camera. He's used to being behind the scenes. He's the one making sure everyone's okay. Mm-hmm. And when he has his press days, he has to check himself and go, oh, wait, I'm the one who needs to be taken care of because he's about to be in front of the camera, so he has to look his best. And then they asked him, how was it like being on the red carpet? Is it any different for you? And he was like, no, I mean, like, for example, he mentioned Karlie Kloss and Tiffany Haddish, and he said, even though I'm on the carpet, I'm making sure their dresses look good. I want them to look nice. And I thought that was really beautiful.
Yeah, you can't take the designer out of him, even when he's on the other side of the carpet.
He wants to make sure his girls look good. And then we also got a shout out from Miss Leela.
So sweet.
Yeah. Thank you so much, girl. She put us on her Instagram story because we put her in our top 3, and along with Hester and Sebastian, and she gave us a little shout out. So that's just a screenshot of the video.
Shouting it back out.
So go check out our page,
for being
guys.
A fan, guys.
Yes, we appreciate it. And that's all for news and gossip.
All right, now let's dive into a look from this evening with the caption, please.
Caption, please. Doot, doot, doot.
Oh, I'm voguing for everyone.
That's really fun. I like doing the poses.
Yeah, I love it.
Okay.
So let's take a little look at this week's choice for Caption Police. This is Hester's bathing suit, which ended up actually being the winning look.
So pretty.
But I just love this off-guard, candid.
Cute.
And my caption for this is felt cute. IDK might delete later.
But I'm going to give you guys a taste real quick, so like it while you can.
Yes.
Yeah, no, I get that completely. You can tell she's feeling herself. The colors are popping off her skin. Love it. My quote is inspired by the one and only Queen Bee. I'm feeling myself. Because she's literally feeling herself a little bit.
She is.
But she should be feeling herself because she looks bomb. The orange,
I love
yellow,
the cutouts.
Blue. Yes, it's very flattering.
And I think she did a really good job with the cover up as well. Because she was originally going to make a short because, like you said, she's used to making bathing suits for non-feminine women. But this is really playful and like airy and
Very
there's-
Rio. It works perfectly.
Yeah,
with
there's
the
a lot
theme.
of dimensions to it.
I agree.
Props Hesta,
Bravo, girl.
killing the game per
She
usual.
keeps killing it.
All right, so any final thoughts on the episode?
I'm just sad to see Renee go, just because you can tell she has a good heart.
Yeah.
And she treated everyone with respect. And who knows, if it weren't a team challenge, she probably would have been fine. But in this case, that wasn't the situation.
Yeah, I guess my final thought on the episode would be I'm really happy that Marnie's back, and I'm
Love
glad
her.
that they finally tied in the importance of hair to the completion of a
You've
look.
always been mentioning that. Yeah.
That's something we've talked about on the show is, how hair and makeup really do contribute to the success of an overall look. So I was excited that they included that, and the hairstylist kind of got a little moment this week, so that was fun.
Some shine.
Predictions.
Your AfterBuzz TV predictions.
What you got, girl?
Alrighty. For predictions, I think that Bhishma and Tessa are gonna be duking it out again.
Really?
I'm just saying, I could be completely wrong, but I want them to be friends again.
Yeah.
Back in paradise.
I want them to get back together.
If they're together. If they're together. And then I want Sebastian to win again. That's my guy.
Yeah.
And he's been doing fine, but he hasn't had any pieces that have been in the top 3. So I want to see what he comes up with next week.
Yeah, okay. My predictions is... Oh gosh, it's getting really down to it. I'm looking at the names of everyone who's still in it, and I think it's just gonna get a little more feisty every week. Everybody who's left is a really strong personality, and there's a lot of people that have kind of similar vibes and styles at this point. Like Hester and Garl are kind of out there.
Right.
Bishma and Benny have a similar kind of like elevated street style.
Yeah.
So Tessa and Layla, they're both kind of like middle chic. So I'm interested to see it's gonna be like a battle of who's the strongest of the style.
I think the only person who really sticks out and is on their own is Hester, because her brand and her
I feel like her
design.
and Garl are kind of
Okay, yeah,
same
he's probably the
realm.
closest to her.
yeah, because Garl does drag designs and he does kind of corset-y.
Quirky, crazy things.
I think he said he worked with dominatrix. Like he does some funky stuff too.
Okay.
Yeah, so I feel like they're kind of in the same realm. I guess the only person left that isn't really similar in style to anyone else is like Sebastian and Jamal.
Yes.
They're both kind of their own
Yeah,
entity.
I don't really know.
I mean, they're all their own entity. They all
course.
have their own style, but I guess if I had to,
they stand alone.
cherry pick them together. Yeah.
That's a good way to.
So I'm interested to see
it.
who
What
is going to
happens?
shine.
We'll have to wait until next week.
We have another week. It's really getting down to it. It's going to be episode 9.
Yeah, is it 9 or
9?
10?
Yeah.
9, yeah, 9.
So yeah,
Wow, we're
I
halfway
can't
there.
wait. It's going to be so exciting. And you guys got to come right back here next week. Simone Thomas, where can they find you on Instagram until then?
Yes, you guys can find me at Simone A. Thomas on all social platforms.
And you can find me at Jessica O'Connor _
Yay.
So call me, tweet me.
if you want to
wanna
reach me.
If not, we'll just see you next week.
Bye, guys.
Our founder, Keven Undergaro, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV. Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world, and we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our lineup. Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.